Good morning. We're going to begin our study of photosynthesis in Chapter 5. And when we go through this, we're going to talk about the chloroplast, where photosynthesis begins and happens. And then we're going to learn the equation and talk about the different reactions, the light reaction and the Calvin cycle that occurred during this process. Now, what is photosynthesis? A good definition is a process that plants and certain microbes, like bacteria, use to trap light energy, and they use that light energy they trap to convert carbon dioxide and water into sugar and oxygen. So it's a process that transforms solar energy into chemical energy, and all of this happens in the chloroplast. Now let's look at the structure of the chloroplast. First of all, it's got a double layered envelope or membrane around it. There's an inner membrane and an outer membrane. And the stroma is the thick fluid that's in the chloroplast. The thylakoids are these little disc-like structures, and they're membranous structures, so sometimes they're called thylakoid membranes. And they're stacked in piles, and the stack is referred to as grana. Grana is plural, granum is singular. Now in that chloroplast, you've got chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment, and it's all over the surface of these thylakoid membranes. And that pigment absorbs the light energy from the sun. You may have heard or remember from previous biology classes in high school about Roy G. Biv. Roy G. Biv that represents the colors in the spectrum of visible light. And it's red, orange, yellow, blue, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Roy G. Biv. Well, chlorophyll absorbs all the energy from the blue end and the red end. It does not absorb any energy from green. It reflects the green. That's why a lot of plants look green, because they're reflecting the green light. And when it absorbs that sunlight and gets all that energy there, it excites those electrons. So this is where the light energy that's been absorbed is going to be converted into chemical energy. This is the equation for photosynthesis. 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus light energy produces C6H12O6 plus 6O2. Now I'm going to tell you, you have to know this formula. You have to understand this formula. Everything to the left of the arrow is a reactant. Everything to the right is what is produced. It's a product. So carbon dioxide, water, and light energy from the sun produce glucose and oxygen. I want to remind you that the reactants can be scrambled around over there to the left of the arrow, and the products can be in different orders. So don't be confused if you see 6H2O plus 6CO2 plus light energy produces C6H12O6 plus 6O2. And there's two steps where this happens in the chloroplast. There are the light reactions, which you can see in the diagram, happen in the thylakoid membranes, and then the Calvin cycle that happens out there in the stroma.